Hey, good morning, everybody. Don here. So, I've been inspired by Mr. Graham here to play a 1986 season with my favorite team, the Cleveland Browns. So, we're going to start it off with a game one. Okay, they're going to play the Chicago Bears. Now, that year, they lost to the Bears 31 to 41. And both Chicago and Cleveland ended up winning their divisions. Chicago ended the season with 14-2, and the Bears ended up winning 12-4. They would both go on to win their wild card opponents to move on to their division championships. Now, Cleveland, they're coached by Marty Schottenheimer, and of course, Chicago by Mike Ditka. And this would be the year after the Chicago Bears won the Super Bowl. Now, what's funny is for um, for Cleveland, they had two well-known backs. The running back Ernest Miners and their fullback Kevin Mack. Now, you would think the running back would have the more yards. Usually your fullbacks are used for short yardage. Their power backs, if they're close to the goal line, they get the ball. Well, that year, Kevin Mack actually had 665 yards compared to Ernest Biner, who had 277. This would actually be the year when Cleveland loses to the Denver Broncos in the championship series, which famously became known as the Drive. Um, Something else to note is Chicago's defense, of course. Um, the, on the charts here, they come in with an A plus defense. So their offense is a B, their defense is A plus. Cleveland comes in with an offensive B and a defensive C. But in real life, to note is Singletary only missed 2 games this year in 1986 out of his whole 12-year career. That was the only time he missed any games, and were both in that 86 season. So the way I got my setup here, okay, I don't have the cards made up yet. So over here you have the lineup. You have Bernie Kosar as the quarterback, Ernest Biner as the running back, Kevin Mack, fullback, Brian Brennan as their flanker, Webster Slaughter as the X, Ozzie Newsome's going to be the Y, the tight end. Defensive line, you got Bob Golick, linebacker Chip Banks, defensive back Hanford Dixon. Their punter was Jeff Gossett. The place kicker was Mark Mosley, and the return specialist was Gerald McNeil. Now for Chicago, you had Jim McMahon, who only, I believe, if I remember seeing the stats correctly, he only took 6 games snaps in 6 games this season. You had Mike Tomczak, who was I think 24. He got the majority of the calls that year. So I don't know if this was Jim McMahon's on his way out, but that's what I noticed when I looked at the stats. Okay, so they had Walter Payton, the famous Hall of Famer running back, Matt Suey, their fullback, Willie Galt, their flanker, Keith Ortego, their X, and Emery Moorhead, their Y. Defensive line, William Perry, the famous refrigerator, William Perry. Linebacker, Mike Singletary. Defensive back, Mike Richardson. The punter, Maury Buford. Place kicker was Kevin Butler, and the return specialist was Dennis Gentry. So let's go over here and look at the dice here. I've got 3 dice on the top row here. I've got a red, white, and blue. The red is going to be the result on the chart. The white die is going to be determined if it was a run or a pass scoring for the touchdown. Even is going to be a run, odd are going to be for the pass. The blue die is going to be what player. As you see over here, I've got some dice numbers deciding on which player. The first half before the slash is going to be a run. After the slash is pass. What players are eligible for receive the passing TD. The green is going to be the yardage. What that touchdown yardage produced. Purple is going to be for the distance of the field goal. Now, I have these as two six-sided dice, I'm pretty sure. So if it comes up 66 yards, you know, if it if it comes up a couple times, remember this is abstract. It's you know, we're not doing a replay per se. So it is what it is, right? We're gonna go with it. So this game won, and let's see here. Today's date. Weather, don't worry about this because what I did was I took my I just copied off of my 5 dice football chart that I made, and I left the weather there. I was kind of debating whether or not to make a homebrew with the weather, but I couldn't think of nothing yet, so I left it there just in case I decide to. I got home here. I had visitor over here, but I erased it. So you know what? Let me go ahead and erase that there. Home will be red, visitor will be blue. Okay, same way Jason goes, home always gets the ball first, so that's what I'm going to do. So let's get this fight going here. Let me make sure, hold on a second. Let me make sure I got my chart down here. I do have my chart ready to go. Okay, so Chicago will be playing off the B chart, and Cleveland will be playing off the D chart. All right, here we go. Chicago gets the ball first. It's a 2. 2 off the B chart is going to be nothing. Okay, so they don't score on that. And that is going to be 6. That's going to be a turnover. Okay, so that's something else I'll use this for. If they don't score anything, I'm going to... Well, I can bring up this chart and just show you real quick because it's free anyways. But right here, you know, if you get a 0, you're supposed to roll the dice again to determine what that turnover was. So this one here, a 6, that's going to be a turnover. Yeah, so I got to roll over the turnover column. I didn't bring up the turnover column, so I guess I could find it, but you know what? We're gonna go with we're just gonna say they punt the ball away, just for time, save time. I'll get that chart up next time. So they're gonna punt the ball away, and let's try that on Chicago side, right, Don? Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for paying attention, Don. That's gonna be 0, and that's a punt. Okay, let's see. It's Cleveland's turn. Cleveland's off the D chart, a 5, off the D. Oh, that was close. That's gonna be a 0. And what did I say that was a? Oh my gosh, I forgot that's 20-sided dice. I ain't looking at that. I'm looking at 4. Man, I'm sorry. It's too early. All right, 4. So 4 is gonna be a punt. So they're gonna punt the ball away also. All right, see what Chicago can do with the second possession in the first quarter. They get a 3 on the B chart. That's going to be a 0, 5. It's a missed field goal. So Butler shanks it. And they're going to miss that field goal. And I'll put here. And that was a 12-yard. Look at that. 12 yards. He missed it. Missed field goal. 12 yards. K. Butler. All right. Let's see what Cleveland can do here. They get a 6 on the D chart. 6 on the D chart is going to be a touchdown. That's a even, so that is going to be a run. Number 7, Ernest Biner. And that's going to be a 17-yard run. So we got 7, no, not 8, down 7. 7, 18-yard TD run by E. Biner. There we go. Cleveland's up 7-0. All right, let's see if Chicago can come back. They get a 5, 5 on the B. That's going to be a touchdown. Automatic 7 second quarter. So that's 7. And that's going to be an even. So it's going to be a running play by number 9. Fullback Matsui, 2-yard run. That works out perfect with that narrative, didn't it? So that's going to be a 2-yard TD run by Matsui. So let's say Sai. I think it's right over here, Don. Just take a look over here, buddy. You'll see it, and that is correct spelling. Okay. All right, let's see second quarter here. What can Cleveland do? Cleveland's going to get a 5 on the D chart. Do they score? They do not score. How did they? What is that? A 1? That's going to be a punt. So they got stopped. 4th down. They're going to punt it away. All right. Second quarter, second possession for Chicago. That's a 2. And that's a 2 there. That's going to be a nothing. That's going to be a punt. So Chicago is going to punt the ball away. All right, back over to Cleveland. See what Cleveland do. Second possession, second quarter. 2. That's going to be a 2 and a 3. That's going to be 0. They don't get nothing on that D chart. And that's going to be a 3. That's going to be a punt. That's going to be a punt. 7-7 game. Here we are. Third quarter. So Cleveland's going to get the ball this time. Start it off. Come on, Cleveland. 3. Nope, that's not going to do it, Cleveland. That's going to be a 6. 6 is going to be a turnover. That's just, you know what? We're just going to say 0. We'll just make it up here. Fumblerooski by Biner, because, you know, in 1987, he would be known for the game The Fumble by Ernest Biner. And they were on the 25-yard line in Chicago when they did that. Way to go, Biner. So here we go, third quarter for Chicago. They hit a 5. 5 is going to be a touchdown. Even. So it's going to be a running. And that's by number 4. Walter Payton, 14 yards out, scores. Beautiful. So it's at a 14-yard TD run by Mr. Walter Payton. Awesome. All right, 14-7. Chicago's up. Cleveland gets the ball. Can they do anything? No, they're not going to do nothing. They're going to punt the ball is what they're going to do. Excuse me. Tell you, if they're not doing nothing else. They're kicking the hell out of that ball, aren't they? All right. Can Chicago add on to it? They do. Another touchdown right there, baby. Touchdown. That's going to be an odd. This is going to be a pass to number 3. So we're going to go down here on this side. That's going to be Willie Galt for a 16-yard pass. 16-yard TD pass by Jay McMahon to Willie Galt. Bam, they're up 21-7. All right, Cleveland. 2 more possessions. Can you do anything? No, absolutely not. All they can do is kick the damn ball. All right, here we go. So that's 0. You know, I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's make that look better. Let's make those bold. That's going to be a punt. Yeah, number 4 says it's a punt. Oh, Cleveland. All right, can Chicago add on? Of course they can. Another touchdown. 7 points right there. That's a even. That is an odd. So that's going to be another pass by McMahon to number 5, Willie Galt again. That's a 12-yard pass. 12-yard TD pass by Mr. J. McMahon. If I spell his name right. My goodness, am I butchering his name or what? McMahon to Willie Galt. All right, man. 2 TD catches by Willie Galt. Beautiful. 28-7. Here we go. 3. It's not going to be a. Nope. They're going to punt the ball away again. And that's a 6. That's a turnover. So we're going to say that we are going to say that intercepted. There we go. Last drive. See what they end up doing. And they're gonna just take the knee on that one. Take the knee and run out the clock. So the final 28-7, Chicago. Absolutely great game. I love it, even though my Browns lost, but in real life they lost. So I mean, it was a closer game, more high scoring, but it is what it is. Beautiful. Two great passes to McMahon, or from McMahon to Galt. The 2-yard TD run by Matsui. Missed field goal, 12-yard out by Butler. Ernest Biner, the only scorer there, 18-yard TD run. But he did end up fumbling, turned the ball over, which led to a 4-yard TD run. That actually, that narrative almost worked out perfect because I believe he was at the 25. Was it 25 when he fumbled? And then I think that's how that worked out. He fumbled at 25, and I think it was a 14-yard run. Let's see. Yeah, 14-yard run. So that worked out beautiful for a narrative. But there you have it, folks. Game 1 of the 1986 Cleveland Brown replay series. Season, I should say, not series. 28-7, Chicago wins. So we can put Cleveland at 0-1. Matter of fact, let's say boom, right there. We can do that. So we can do that. We just did that. 0-1. We're not going to worry about this team, just Cleveland. So Cleveland is now 0-1 for game 1. And let me make sure. And of course, I put it on the original tab, not game 1 tab, which is fine because there's nothing here. Although I did move stuff around, so I have to move some stuff around again. That's okay. But all right, folks, you have a wonderful Friday, and this has been a pleasure playing this game. Loved it. I've got to work on my not narrative, but my play calling here. But I'm getting more comfortable doing it. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I loved it. I love this layout better. As you see, I got them over here, as opposed to my original thinking. I was going to have them over here. But I didn't like the way this gap was right here. I mean, I know that's for typing and stuff, but as you see over here, the players are right close. Over here, they're far, so I went ahead and changed it up and put them both here, so it's more uniform. I guess I could bring these guys, this section over here. Let's see what that would look like. Maybe if we highlighted this a little light blue. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. A light blue there. Yep, that'll work. I like that. I do like that a lot. Okay, guys, enough rambling on. You guys have a great Friday. I may put another one up when I get home this evening. I want to do some more racing. I'm really enjoying that. So have a great Friday, and I will talk to you later. Peace.